Shayna Hubers just wrapped up a day and a half on the witness stand at her murder retrial. She is charged in the death of her former boyfriend. Jeff Hirsch was at the Campbell County Courthouse as Hubers gave her version of the shooting.
And he picked me up from an awkward angle and threw me from the doorway of his bedroom into the other room.
Shayna Hubers' version of October 12, 2012 includes an intense verbal and physical struggle with her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Ryan Poston. Hubers claimed Poston threw her around, grabbed a gun, threatened her, put the gun down on a table, then made a move towards the gun or her. Hubers said she grabbed the weapon and fired.
When he was first shot, he let out a really loud noise that sounded like an animal. It sounded like a bear, some type of wild animal, and it really freaked me out.
But earlier in the trial, police investigators and an expert prosecution witness painted a completely different picture, saying there was no way there could have been such a big physical struggle because there was no physical evidence. Nothing in the condo had been disturbed. Commonwealth's attorney Michelle Snodgrass focused on inconsistencies between what Hubers said at the Highland Heights Police Department.
I shot him probably 6 times. Shot him in the head. He fell on the ground. He was like laying like this.
And what she's saying now.
Let's talk about the things that you didn't say.
For example, Hubers did not say anything the night of the shooting like this.
I thought that he was going to snap my neck because of the way that he was jerking my head around. And he had all of his weight on me, and he had all of his weight on my body, and he was jerking my head around with his hand in my hair. I don't believe I said that night, no.
And did you seek medical treatment?
No.
And it was offered to you multiple times, wasn't it?
Yes.
There were other discrepancies and differences in stories as well. So why?
I believe that everything that Ryan had that had ever happened in our relationship between us that was negative was reverberating through the walls of my mind when I made those statements as if they had just happened that day. So things that had happened 6-8 months prior were like they had just happened that day to me. And I think at that time I truly believed those things had just happened that day. Also, putting my clothes on that day was like I had just done it. It's like all these things were in my mind as if they had just occurred.
Of course, it was a surprise that Shayna Hubers was called to the witness stand in the first place. She didn't testify in the first trial, so we're not exactly sure what's going to happen tomorrow. She is finished, but it's possible, at least based on the last trial, different lawyers, that the defense will call psychiatrists, psychologists to try to look at Shayna Hubers' frame of mind. Of course, the prosecution has said, it worked in the first trial, that Shayna Hubers shot and killed Ryan Poston because he was going to break up with her. Live in Newport, Jeff Hirsch, Local 12 News. Back to you.
All right, Jeff, thank you. Hubers' murder conviction from the first trial was thrown out because a juror did not disclose a prior